What is up, Guardians? Leap Daniel here. I'm coming at you with a yellow budget Aztlan deck. I call it Budget Aztlan Snowball because it's really aggro and you kind of just take the board and snowball it. This was probably my most challenging budget deck to make. If you look at the win rate, it's still above 50%, but it's not that great. But that's actually because I was changing it really radically as I was playing it. It started out as Rainbow's End deck, actually, and I tried Journey of Souls as well before settling on Colosseum of Strife, so it was really different. You know, I was using Verdant Jungle to try to ramp at first, and that didn't really work out, but I think it's actually really good. It's a very powerful deck. It took me to Mythril rank. This was the deck with which I literally won the game that took me to Mythril rank. It's very powerful, so let me walk you through some of the strategies. We have a ton of 1-drops, 4 Doper, 4 Golden Axolotl, 4 Maze of Iatiku for replenishing your hand, and those can really get out of hand, start you off to a good start. We also have Nazca Memorial. I'm not sure if that card performs so well, so you might want to swap it out for a 2-drop like the Alpha Strike 2-mana Snake or the Yahui or something like that, or maybe another Poxbringer. But the idea with Nazca Memorial was that you might get it early game and get a bunch of minions to die on it, and then play something like Cloudscale Drake on it. So you'd have this big beefy minion with a lot of attack and agile. And that hasn't worked out for me so far, but if you don't get it early game, you can just burn it. So it's not a big deal. And we do have 3 Cloudscale Drake, which is a really underrated card in an aggro build like this. And we have 1 Enchant Eater, which is like another worse Cloudscale Drake, but also handles enchantments if your opponent plays some kind of really powerful enchantment. So that's really useful. And we also have Coruscant Axolotl coming in with Regen 3 on turn 4. And we have Insta Beast to boost any minions. Insta Beast on a Cloudscale Drake or Magpire Squad Leader on a Cloudscale Drake are both really good. I think you get the general idea. It's just this really aggro yellow strategy. I had a request for mono yellow budget. It's really hard to make yellow work with only commons and uncommons, but I think I did a pretty good job actually. So I want to show you a few games so you can check it out for yourself. Okay, so this is the one that actually took me into Mythril rank. Bad Motherfucker, who is a champion player. So as you can see, I start off with a Doper, and I have another one in hand, so that's great to have all those 1-drops. He's playing yellow-green. He's playing control strategy, so my goal is going to be to outpace him. I play Venomfang Mutant, and I play it kind of close to Doper to set up that Magpire Squad Leader if they survive. He detains, but that's not going to stop me. But I don't play Squad Leader just yet, because the earlier you can get down your Dopers, the more you can boost them. So I'm trying to play Doper early. I have a preference for playing it early. And this way, if whichever Doper he removes, I get to get that Squad Leader advantage. So he gets rid of the one on the gym, and here I can play Axolotl on the gym, so I'm still getting that advantage. And I get a burn for it. I boost Doper, and I've already destroyed one of his autocams. So he gets rid of the Squad Leader with Led Astray, and I'm top decking now. But I get another Doper. And I'm pushing as hard as I can. And I'm very lucky that he did not have Misanthropia, but he did have Wonder Drug, which normally that's the end for aggro decks when you play Wonder Drug. But he played Autocam, which maybe he shouldn't have, because I have a lot of damage right now. And I use Squad Leader to boost Doper even more. Even though it only had 1 health, I could boost its attack even more by playing Squad Leader. He bounces Squad Leader, which kills that Doper, but it doesn't even matter. The damage was kind of already done. And now my Doper, even regardless of what I have in hand, my Doper has enough to win. And the Insta Beast just pushes it over the edge. So yeah, you can see how that kind of inevitable snowballing, you can kind of see why I call it Budget Aztlan Snowball, right? Here's another champion game, Just. I find myself playing against Just a lot. And we open with a lot of 1-drops once again. I play Axolotl. And this way I can play the second Axolotl and boost them both, and then play Doper. This Blade Gorger is really nicely statted, and I don't play the second Axolotl because I want the first one to survive, so I use Jim to boost its health and attack so it can trade well with that Vulcan Blade Gorger. And this Rye Trickster is very nasty for a deck such as mine, which is trying to go fast, because it really deters you. But I've got so many 1-drops that I think I can overwhelm it. And so unbeknownst to me, he targets my Axolotl on my Jim, but no matter what he targets, his Trickster is dead. So I decide to just push with everything here. And I unfortunately kind of insta-beast the one that had Fragile, but it's not really too big of a deal because even with Fragile, it's hard for him to clear it. He blocks it, but, even with that, I just set up, dump everything in my hand. Doper is great with the Coliseum of Strife boost, too. He kills my squad leader, but it's not even a problem. Cloudscale Drake, threatening for lethal damage with Agile, very hard to remove. And he's got nothing he can do, he surrenders. So you can see how this deck, sometimes it's just inevitable. So these games are very quick and kind of predictable, but I'll show you one more. All right, so I actually played Doper before Golden Axolotl here, just because Doper can boost even on the first turn, so sometimes it's right to play Doper instead of Golden Axolotl if you have enough 1-drops. But I think I misplayed there. I think I should have played Axolotl before burning. That would have been better. Then I give myself a facepalm because that was a misplay. So make sure you get your ordering correct with these Axolotls and Dopers. So here I burn a Doper. And I'm really playing aggressive. If he kills my squad leader, my Doper is dead too. But I'm betting on him not having any way to do that. So he uses Thunderclap, which kills my Doper, but not my squad leader. Now this Strigoi pup is a problem, because I really don't want him to gain life all the time. But right now I'm just developing this side of the board. I burn one Insta-Beast, and I paralyze his Gatekeeper, and he's still gaining life, and he's taking out my squad leader, it looks like. So this is a bit of a rough situation, but now This second Insta Beast helps me clear. So this side of the board has really big threats, which deal more damage than he takes away. And then I now have 6 mana, so I can play 2 different 3-drops. And now he's in real trouble, because Junkyard is too slow. Yeah. So that was that. So I hope you like the deck. I hope you give it a try. It's very cheap. And yeah, it took me all the way to Mythril, so I think it's pretty good. So good luck, Myth Guardians, and I hope you enjoy the deck.